up? What up? It's Big Cheds. Thanks for hanging out here with me another day. I'm just happy to be here, happy to share a little bit of knowledge and hang out with you folks. Big Cheds on Twitter, Cheds Trading, of course, YouTube. New traders start with the Masterclass tutorials. Check out free version of Trading Wisdom, my cancer memoir, all the great stuff I have for you folks. And of course, Bitcoin Live, if you're interested in deep market analysis. Twice a week, I do a full report there. So folks, great. Thanks for hanging out. I didn't talk to you yesterday because twice a week, I do that full market report for Bitcoin Live. And with all respect, that's more important to me. And but I'm starting to do YouTube recently, and on the days I'm not doing Bitcoin Live, I'll do a quick market update with you, just a quick hangout, look at a couple charts, and talk about Bitcoin. And this is a nice format for me to talk about some tweets. I have a couple tweets I've already picked to go through. So just say hi, let me know how you're doing in the chat, and leave a question. I'll see if I'll definitely try to get to it, and we'll go from there. So we had talked about the consolidation really after the breakout and that move, the initial move above 98.5, and the initial throwback, and we had dropped back below 98.5, and it was an interesting spot in the market. We'll kind of drop to the 4-hour and kind of go from there because we kind of looked at that local level and how important it was, and we dropped back and we found support right there at 94.5, right? So we had a really interesting candle come in, this nice hammer candle with volume behind it. And I talk about this, of course, in the Masterclass webinar, and a lot on Twitter. With candlestick theory, you often get the best entries on the retest of a reversal candle's support range. So it's one of those things where it's a little bit tricky with candlesticks. First of all, these are short-term signals, like Japanese candlestick. All Japanese candlestick theory and signals is for short-term momentum. For longer-term momentum, we're talking about classical charting, the trend. Here in this case, the blue line, the MA200. I'll expand my settings so you can see what I'm using. Again, this is all available on the YouTube Masterclass. But we saw this nice hammer candle, small candle body, at least twice the size of the body, lower shadow. And so the price bounced, and it was rejected right around 98.5, essentially 90 to 98.5. It's essentially an underside retest. So we'll clean it up a little bit. We're talking about this hammer candle that was essentially on the underside, right, of the level. So we come underside, right back up above it. But in terms of short-term momentum, you're looking for a hammer candle because it's in an uptrend, and your whole trading orientation is with the trend. So when you're looking at this beautiful move, retracement to the lower Bollinger, another lower Bollinger dip, you're looking to buy the dip, but you're looking for something to work with. You're looking for the momentum to give you, or the price to give you a little bit of structure to work with. And, last few days, we were dropping generally right back into that rising demand structure, into that level we've wanted to see a hold. And so again, your orientation is wanting to buy a dip in an uptrend. You're on watch for the hammer. Hammer happens, fall through, rejected, come back, and retests. So you have the retest of the hammer candle's lower range, right? And a little bit of a response from that. So if you're sitting here watching, I'm not convinced, you think, oh, you know what? This is probably going to be like a descending triangle, right? You're on watch for that. You say, okay, I've seen that happen before. Where the price gets support and bounces, but then lower bounces, right? Descending triangle, but not so much. Boom, another long signal, right? So Bitcoin's giving you a lot of, even in this choppy channel, amidst what I still believe is going to be kind of a choppy sideways range, slightly grinding higher. It's giving you a lot of nice things to play with. So going forward, you're going to want to see it for momentum to hold at 98.5. I mean, we're kind of seeing some consolidation candles on the weekly. With the hanging man, which is interesting. It's not a bearish candle. It's actually bullish continuation almost 60% of the time, but it can suggest a little bit of consolidation and then continuation. And we're seeing that a little bit. I mean, we see these large real candle bodies, and you can see the progression as well. Large, a little bit smaller, small body, kind of, pseudo high wave candle. But we're doing it, right inside bar, break up. Maybe you do another inside bar, slightly break up, and just keep grinding is what we want to see. A lot of people have talked about, what if we just do this? I mean, that'd be fine with me too. Because if say you want to go to the moon tomorrow, I think we're already at the moon, first of all. But even if you just kind of chill sideways and let everything catch up, I mean, can you imagine Bitcoin hold 90K through like March, April, holds 92K? That would set you up for a much larger move up next rather than doing it now, because just kind of based on what we have with the BBs, you kind of see how the Bollinger Bands are moving. We've already had a pretty good expansion. So, I mean, if you just go like that, you're going to have a really bad reaction. Whereas if we can kind of continue, hold, and then grind higher, I think it's the best setup for the future. So that's me kind of riffing on that. I'll get back to the chat room in a second. So the 4-hour, this is my tweet alerting you, here's a hammer with volume, right? It's good volume, which is important in candlestick theory, right? And so we had the follow-up. Now we're testing the lower range of the hammer. This is, you know, I know you folks can't watch the chart all day, so I try to catch the key moments. And people say, well, what's the point of this tweet? Well, the point of the tweet is letting you know we're retesting the lower range of a reversal candle, suggesting price continuation with the trend. And boom, real nice play off of that, right? Nice fall through after range low retest, and there it is, you know? So it doesn't have to be the most fancy technique. It can be simple trend following, you know, marking the levels that the price gives you and kind of following along. Again, that's all in my Masterclass webinar. I kind of riffed there for a while. Let me jump in the chat, see how everybody is doing. What's up, Chocolate, Stefanos, Lazar, Bart, Crusher, Art, everybody, Indy. What's up, guys? It's great to talk to you guys. Hope everybody's doing okay. Let's just kind of bounce around, see. Look at Aave. Oof. Love it. I've been really bullish on Aave. This is a really nice looking chart. Going out to the weekly, weekly chart. Boom, above that level, base break, nice continuation. I mean, look at that. I mean, even if you just waited here, you've had a real nice return in that 2-level filter. You had a real nice return. So looking good. One of the best looking charts, definitely relative strength. I have been a big fan of this one. So what's Ethereum doing? Yeah, it's chilling. It's consolidating just below 4K. It's not breaking out versus Bitcoin. No surprise. Probably will continue lower on this pair while the price grinds higher, which has kind of been has been on the menu, so to speak. So I think that's all fine and healthy. There's a lot of panic in the market a couple days ago, and I find that quite interesting. If I start to get worried, I think you know that I'll be obvious about that too. It doesn't mean we're going to get like exactly the whole move, but we'll get the meat of it. Let's see, AVAX, a little bounce here, nice little throwback, okay. Just kind of bouncing around, seeing what is interesting. Let's see what's going on with the chat room. I'm the Bill Belichick of TA. Is that good? I mean, he's great, but like after the fact or post Brady, I mean, I don't know, right? So, although I know that's a compliment. I'm just being fun, but thank you. I'll take a look at Sin. That's a good way to get an altcoin request, is to compliment me. But I mean, I'm just joking. I can't read all the chat, right? It's just me. I'm hanging out, and I'm trying to do this little update for you folks. I appreciate you all for hanging out. Please subscribe. Please hit notifications. I'm going to try to run this channel to 100K subs, and that'd be super fun. So what do I think about it? It's okay. It's not great. There's no real trend here. I don't like generally. Honestly, one of the first things I see in a chart, any chart, is the 200. Right? Classical charting. I know I really talk about candlesticks a lot, but classical charting is like the foundation. And when there's no trend, there's no advantage. There's nothing. Moving average crosses don't do anything for you. You need a trendy market to reverse from. We were just talking about a hammer candle. A hammer candle and sideways is nothing. You've got nothing. You need a trend. The whole point is with TA is momentum. You're examining momentum, and you're looking to reverse it. Okay? So, what's up, Crusher? I appreciate that. What's going on, everybody? So let's see. OM, yeah. Hey, João, good to see you. João, I don't know if that's Portuguese. I'd say like Botarge. So let's take a look at OM. Let's take a look at that. We'll do a couple more, and then I'm gonna roll out. These are quick updates. I got a lot of projects I'm working on right now, and I got to keep an eye on the market for you guys. So I got a lot to do. I like this chart. You know, I've been bullish on this. Nobody likes to fake out. You would have liked to see these range lows hold, but there was a very nice response, immediate pushback to the range peak. Everything is with the trend. This looks really good. Look where it's consolidating. I mean, it's holding most of the gains. This is a really nice look. It's one of my favorite charts, actually. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to riff again. Let's go to Rose. I don't think I've looked at Rose here in just a little bit. So let's take a look at Rose. And everybody, thanks for hanging out. Please watch this Masterclass series. It will help you a lot. It makes my job easier, honestly, because it's easier to talk to you because you kind of understand the stuff. And I'm working on, by the way, I'm going to do a new Masterclass pretty soon. I'm working on that. So what do we think about Rose? I'm going to talk about the road from 12 to 100K. Yeah, it's okay. I generally look at all that volume and the sell-off candles. I don't like that, right? First of all, it's sideways. You have a price bounce into this June high. Call it an upthrust, failed breakout, whatever you want. You can also just call it testing overhead supply. Little bit of local momentum, fine, but I don't like that. I don't like that, right? I live with just little red. I'd say, okay, you've got some evidence of rising demand. You're trying to stair step. But just kind of given the climate, I really would just wait for the price to recapture this level. I'd be super cautious. Also, given how many plays, it's a great market. There's so many awesome charts. This is one of the best ever. It sounds like a super fan when I say that. I mean, I kind of am, but there's so many charts. You should be selective, right? So that's what I'm going to end the riff on. So listen, these are quick updates. Cheds Trading and YouTube. I have a huge library of free stuff for you, educational content, and most of my books are free there. I talked about Bitcoin, and I kind of went over. I thought there was definitely educational value talking about the candlestick, the hammer candle, the retest of the lower range, and marrying that with the classical charting approach of horizontal supply and demand and using that to structure your risk all within the context of the trend and understanding the trend and orienting your trading approach with the trend, right? If you want to go long, you want something to dip, right? If you want to short it, you want it to bounce first. You can take advantage of that move against the trend. Catch me on Twitter. I'll be hanging out there. I'll be back. I'll do another one of these streams tomorrow, probably late morning. And please subscribe. I really hope you do. I hope you consider doing that and hitting notifications. That will and leave a comment. That will show me that you're enjoying it. You're engaging, and I'm having fun. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you later. Big Chad's out.